Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to How Can We Keep From Singing? Reflections on a Pandemic. Thank you for joining us online or in person. This is our first time doing a sung concert since February of 2020. And there'll be a photo coming up very shortly on the screens on both sides of me here that shows the last time that we were singing together. I think at Tolme was our last concert, our February concert. Yes, and there we are, the little picture-in-picture that you can see. So there's me in the pink and Megan in the purple, and Christina looks very serious. I don't know if you can see, but she looks very stern. She's focusing. She's always very serious, just so you know. So we are very thrilled to be back here and making music together for the first time in 20 long months. I just wanted to say a little bit about the theme and programming and title of this concert, How Can We Keep From Singing? Reflections on a Pandemic. In planning this program, we knew we wanted something very light, nothing with very dark opera plots that were confusing, or anyone dying, or any French, that ennui that all the, have. We just said, no, we can't, that's too much right now. And in our original drafts, the title was something along the lines of like a comedic retelling of our slow descent into madness, featuring eating everything out of our fridge for 20 months. Yeah, but that didn't feel very professional. And it also felt, like it was trivializing the very real reality of the pandemic and the sorrow and the loss and the pain that people have been experiencing. So we didn't want to, that seemed very gauche. But this afternoon, we bring you a collection of songs that have helped us through the past number of months. There's humor, there's spirituality, there's joy in being together, there's longing when we're apart. And we think that all these sentiments can be summarized as, how can we keep from singing?
Flows on in endless song.
The following two pieces that you're about to hear reflect on music making, so kind of fitting with our theme. The latter of which, the second of which, I'm sure every musician has felt over these long months. It's Ben Moore's I Am in Need of Music. And the former, the first, is an entirely true story about one of my pandemic projects, my thwarted attempts at learning an entirely new instrument, which I had hoped to play for you today, but I'll tell you about it. I once had a whim and I had to obey it to buy a French horn in a second-hand shop. I polished it up and I started to play it in spite of my neighbors who begged me to stop. To sound my horn, I had to develop my embouchure. I found my horn was a bit of a devil to play, so artfully wound to give you a sound, a beautiful sound, so rich and round. Oh, the hours I had to spend until I mastered it in the end. But that was yesterday, and just today I looked in the usual place. There was the case, but the horn itself was missing. Oh, where can it have gone? Hasn't anyone seen my horn? Oh, where can it have gone? What a blow! Now I know I'm unable to play my allegro. Who swiped that horn? I'll bet you a quid somebody did, knowing I'd found a concerto and wanted to play it, displaying my talent at playing the horn. But early today, to my utter dismay, it had vanished away like the dew in the morn. I've lost that horn. I know I was using it yesterday. I've lost that horn. Lost that horn. Found that horn. Gone. There's not much hope of getting it back, though I'd willingly pay a reward. I know some hearty folk whose party jokes pretending to hunt with the cord. Gone away, gone away. Was it one of them took it away? Will you kindly return that horn? Where is the devil who pinched my horn? I shall call the police. I want that French horn back. I miss its music more and more and more. Without that horn, I'm feeling sad and so forlorn. I found a concerto, I wanted to play it, displaying my talent at playing the horn, but early today, to my utter dismay, it had totally vanished away. I practiced the horn and I wanted to play it, but somebody took it away. I practiced the horn and was longing to play it, but somebody took it away. My neighbor's asleep in his bed. I'll soon make him wish he were dead. I'll take up the tuba instead. Wah, wah. There's giggles from the horn player over there.
Hello. It has been indicated that I will be speaking here, so here I am. Speaking. I told Liz when she was putting together the speaking parts, I said, oh no, Liz, you don't need to write out anything for me. I'll just gab, no problem. Bad idea. Now I know for next time. This is like our practice round back into concerts. We were, however, reliving the joy of one of our last Aria 21 concerts. Was that our last one?
I think so.
Yeah, at Tolmie Presbyterian Church, Tolmie, lovely church, lovely piano, where I think it was 20 minutes before, perhaps 20 minutes before, Liz was just showing us something that she was teaching a student, and two black keys fell off right in the middle of the piano. So we called Anne and Peter, and then Peter called Max, and Max instructed Peter what to get, and then, yeah, somehow magically we began on time. A little fumey, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little at first, but yeah, so that was our last concert, so we're hoping that everything stays in place. This one, legs aren't broken, piano stays, and yeah. So for that, we're gonna go from that into a piano duet, which you may have heard before. You may know it from Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Hopefully this is not as bad as Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Dramatic.
Not as frightening.
Yes, that's it.
Would you believe that's gone perfectly every time in rehearsal? Like bang, like intuitive. I'm not even making that up. It was, anyway. It wouldn't be us if there weren't mistakes. So now on to some of our less glamorous lockdown habits. First, I don't know about you, but I baked more in the last 20 months than I have in my entire life. And I'm a baker, so that's saying something. So I have baked a lot. During lockdown, when flour supply, flour was kind of really difficult to come by because everyone was baking and sourdough was a really big thing. I had a black market flour dealer. My neighbor knew a guy who, if you slid him $20, he would get you a 20-kilogram thing of flour. And so just like in the night, this big flour. It's great. I felt like a drug dealer. I made cinnamon buns, sourdough, tarts, cheesecake, cherry galette, triple chocolate mint cake. I fermented lemons to put into a quad-layer lemon cake. My family over there is like, gosh, it was delicious. And I pawned this all off on my friends and neighbors and unsuspecting family because I couldn't eat 3 dozen cookies by myself. I mean, I could, but it's not a good look for me. All this to say, we're sure all of you are well acquainted with the stress eating that was brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has prompted some people to say that they have gained the COVID-20. So in the spirit of the COVID-20, we have found the perfect song which encapsulates that, and Christina is going to sing that for you next. After that, I will be singing a song about how after the second or third or something lockdown, we really wished we could be locked down with some different people. We love our families, we love our spouses, we're all still married, but it would have been really nice, if we could have traded. Like after 2 lockdowns, then we trade, right? And then we have a good time. So I have a little picture here that goes with that. This is a portrait that I painted, an oil painting. And you can see David there in the back, and it says barely audible existence noises. And then I'm there in the front with my book and like this, and making a face and making murderous rage faces. Yeah, so that's the self-portrait that encapsulates lockdown 2.53. And I have a song for that, because of course I do. So how glad we are to see you all and to be able to speak to people that are not in our households. So here is Christina.
I think for me it was more COVID 40 or 50.
I didn't put a number on it. No. Try again.
I remember So the words say, Christina, chat, talkie, talkie. So this is me again. So that's what we wanted to say during lockdown, and this next is what we actually needed to hear, or something like that. Following this piece, we're going to have a 15-minute intermission where we can indulge in some water and maybe reading some notes, things like that. Enjoy. And I'm going to still continue going behind.
Oh, that's fine.
Lord, in this hour of tumult, Lord, in this night of fears, not blindly, not in hatred. Lord, let me do my part. Keep open, oh, keep open, dear Lord, my eyes, my mind, my heart. Hear thou my pleading,
He was signed by the Cleveland drafted by them way back in the 50s. By about 14 to 15 people. Spring training, but basically what he did, he was smart. He enrolled in electrical engineering and went right through the 4 years. Honors all the time. He was in the top 4 or 5 of what many guys in the town. Wonderful. And our names were different. We ended up with some letters like that. And we did.
that sound every time I go by there now. Chat, chat. Thank you for allowing us to do that. We didn't have a lot of practice time on organ and piano, but we just really wanted to do it. So this next one, I will be singing. I'm supposed to talk while Liz changes her shoes. I actually heard this song in university. I played it for a girl, and she did such a bang-up job with it. It was just beautiful, and I remember it all the way from my second year of university to now. So when we put this concert together, I said, oh, Liz, could I sing this? It'll probably sound terrible, but can I sing it anyway? And she said, of course. Don't do this, I can see you. But it's from the last 5 years, and the music and lyrics are by Jason Robert Brown, and basically it's a musical in reverse. One person starts at the end of the relationship, and one starts at the beginning, and they sort of meet in the middle, and then and this is the beginning piece called Still Hurting. Jamie is over and Jamie is gone. Jamie's decided it's time to move on. Jamie has new dreams he's building upon. And I'm still hurting. Jamie arrived at the end of the line. Jamie's convinced that the problems are mine. Jamie is probably feeling just fine. And I'm still hurting. What about lies, Jamie? What about things that you swore to be true? What about you, Jamie? What about you? Jamie is sure something wonderful died. Jamie decides it is right to decide. Jamie's got secrets he doesn't confide. And I'm still hurting. Go and hide and run away, run away, run and find something better. Jamie is over, and where can I turn? Covered with scars I did nothing to earn. Maybe there's somewhere a lesson to learn, but I'm still hurting, and that wouldn't change the fact, that wouldn't speed the time. Once the foundation's cracked, and I'm still hurting.
So along with the COVID-20, the overbaking, the wanting to get different people to live with in your lockdown, one of the other largest complaints I heard was about the lack of haircuts that could be had. Now, luckily, I became the barber for the Coates Skinner household, so my immediate bubble was, I'll say fine. I won't say good. I'll say fine. No complaints there. But I would like to propose that despite what this introduction will say, the #1 cause of poor hair decisions is in fact lack of access to professional hairstylists. Christina, do you know the #1 reason behind all bad hair decisions? Love! You're lost without your love. Your heart is on the floor. I can help you, I've been there before. When I need to relax, I just put on some tracks from this CD I bought from the store. Isn't that relaxing? It's called Celtic Moods. When I'm lonely or feeling dejected, I play this and it never fails. I pretend like I'm in Ireland with Enya and the whales. When my telephone gets disconnected and I spend every night alone, I pretend like I'm in Ireland where the Highland bagpipes drone. Smell the grass as a rainstorm is ending. People smile as you stroll past their farms with a red-headed sailor named Brendan, and we dance without moving our arms. In a bar once I met this guy, Dewey, and he bought me like 14 beers, and he told me that he was from Ireland, and I lived with him 10 years. If I squinted, he looked like my sailor through my boozy delusional fog, but he dumped me for some chick named Kayla, took my trailer and took my dog. In Ireland they know how to love you. You embrace in the misty Irish breeze, and if your Irish boy tires of you, you're allowed to shoot him in the knees. Hey, you look like that poster for Ireland. Long blonde hair and that sweet sunny face. Oh, no, wait, that's the poster for Sweden. Oh, screw it, I'll never see either place. But a girl sweet as you has a future. You have hope as each new day dawns. Girls like you always get to see Ireland. Give my love to the leprechauns. The whales are especially active this year. I'm not meant to be here. I'm meant to be at the piano. Disregard. Everything off. I went to the podium. Sorry. now I am actually meant to be at the podium. Hello, from the podium. I am so sorry, tech team. You're lovely people. The cackles came from below. So, as some of you know, actually as most of you know, looking out, as some of you may not know online, I've been working here at Southampton United with Christina, doing some of the music ministry, coming in and being a soloist and singing through the hymns. And this was one of the big inspirations for this concert, was coming here and singing. We hadn't done any singing, any live singing with a live pianist and a live soloist, and a live pianist, since February of 2020. And I can't quite describe to you the shock of going from pre-recorded anthems where I am the piano and the bass and the tenor and the alto and the soprano and the descant, to coming here live and playing with a real pianist and a real collaborative pianist who is a friend of mine. It was just the biggest shock probably that I've had in some real time. Not to mention the spiritual grounding of being back in a church and being able to sing, you know, the hymns of faith and the hymns of our church, and the grounding of singing with the Spirit, as Paul wrote in the Corinthians, 1 Corinthians. So with that in mind, and with that background, we have two sacred songs for you next. The first is a Mark Hayes medley of children's songs entitled Bright and Beautiful, so you might be able to guess what's in it. And the next is a newer setting of, I shouldn't say newer setting, an arrangement of How Great Thou Art, that's entitled Then Sings My Soul. And I left music for it in the wrong order. Okay.
Praise him, all ye little children. God is love, God is love. Praise him, all ye little children.
No, there's not? That's not the one we're doing, though.
That's not what we're doing.
No, we're doing Then Sings My Soul. Is that the one you printed?
No.
What would you like to do?
I can do that one.
Okay.
I joked about this. I said, I'm going to print the wrong one on. Yeah, I did.
This is the one that the words are really sketchy on if I don't look at the music, though. Do you want a Canticle of the Turning instead? All right. Or do you want to skip it altogether? What do you think? We can just skip it.
Kidding. We're not putting that one.
You'll have to come to Southampton United Church to hear that one.
I had it once.
Yes. That's okay. So we'll go to whatever's next.
You know, it's funny. I actually did practice that one, but I didn't want to print that one off, apparently.
Sorry, the music, if you didn't hear our mutterings amongst ourselves, the music for Then Sings My Soul did not come with the pianist. And the singer's brain is such that I want to sing the hymn tune and not that tune, so I need notes and words in front of my eyeballs. So we aren't going to be able to do Then Sings My Soul, but we have done it at Southampton United, and we will do it again. So tune in for another singing of that one. Anyway,
It was very nice.
yeah, it's lovely, and we'll sing it for you some other time. You are the most agreeable audience. This is lovely. Anyway, we're very sorry for that, but hopefully one song short you won't feel you've missed out. So we are now actually down to our last two songs. We have two more left. We have one sung piece and one more piano duet to finish us off. We hope that you have enjoyed listening to the ones that you got to hear. As much as we have enjoyed performing them, we put on this concert for ourselves, really. It was something that we needed after the pandemic to express ourselves and to collaborate musically. So we're very glad that you're here and that you enjoyed it. Those of you in person and those of you online as well, thank you for being here. And just to give you a little peek behind the curtain, as if this wasn't informal enough, but to give you another peek behind another curtain, I really struggled to put this program together. Because we just picked the pieces that we liked and that spoke to us, through these kind of difficult times. And so we picked pieces that made us laugh and pieces that were very, spiritually resonant to us. But then there were pieces on music, and there was a piece about butter. And I was like, how do I put this together? Oh my goodness. And I couldn't figure this out. And I was, this is going to be the worst program. And we're going to get emotional whiplash from butter and then prayer. And I was procrastinating putting the program together in a program order when this picture came up on Classical FM on their Instagram feed. Now, I'll read it for you so you don't have to strain your eyes. So this is a screen capture of a Jeff Goins tweet. Jeff Goins. So he's an American author, and he speaks a lot about what it is to be an author, what it is to be a creator, what it is to be a writer. And so what he has written, and this was shared by Classical FM's Instagram, he has written, "Do you know why birds sing just before dawn? Scientists believe that it is to tell their mates that they made it through the night, as a way of saying, I'm still here. Maybe that's why we sing too, why we create art, as a way of saying, I made it, I'm still here."
Rushes in and darkness reigns.
note says to talk. So I'm just.
I'm here for emotional support.
The funny thing is about that piece that you didn't get to hear, which was really nice, is that I kept forgetting to print it out. And I said, oh, we've played it already, we've done it, it's fine, no problem. And at the last rehearsal we had, I said, Liz, message me, I'll print it out. Liz messaged me, I printed it out. Super duper. Put it somewhere, couldn't find it. Printed out another copy of it, found it, brought it. Clearly not the right one. But anyway, as she said, stay tuned. We'll probably do it again sometime.
Maybe we'll record it and like upload it to the page or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just wanted to say thank you again so much to all of you, to Southampton United, to Meryl and Ridley, our wonderful Anybody left perhaps watching online, maybe? Hello.
Hello.
Again, that piece was great. It's probably our best, really.
Yes.
That we've ever done.
It was note perfect. No, I'm kidding. It was.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you very much. And as we made release more palatable for me, we have also made this little light of mine, which, I don't know, I've played many, many times. Is perhaps not one of my favorites. One of my favorites now.
Aw, that's nice.
So we'll go do something over here now.
Okay.
Thank you again.